candid camera. As soon as it's on Facebook showing up, broadcasting, I'm going to come back to you. And we are live right now. Yes, yes, yes. All right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Elevate the Day with Chris Tompkins. I'm Chris Tompkins. I'm your guest. And today, guess what we have? We have Danita Sajous back in the house, and she's bringing that art talk with her. And today, we're going to hit color, accessorizing the home with color. It's called Pillow Talk. Danita, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I think that last time that we met last month, I love this series, by the way, because it's my number one passion is home decor. And last month I gave you everything in my arsenal, and now we're just gonna break it up. Hey, my sister's online. Hey, Jocelyn. Um, and I want to break all of those segments down. So today we're going to do pillow talk. It's not 90-day fiance pillow talk. It's pillow talk about how to accessorize color into your home using pillows. It's a safe, easy way. I'm a pillow connoisseur. I buy pillows, and sometimes my boyfriend Tommy asks me, "What are you going to do with that pillow?" I go, "I don't know, but I'll find a space for it." So I love pillows because they're simple, they're easy, but there's a little few tricks and tips you want to use when introducing pillows into your home.
Okay, I like that. I used to a friend of mine, whenever I would visit her in Chicago, always had these pillows everywhere, like on the bed or on the sofa. And I used to go, how do you do that? Right? How do you know what pillow and what design and what color? And I mean, it always like, and I work with art. You would think I would know. I don't know. I'll be just straight up. I don't know. So I'm excited to hear what you have to offer because I'm like going to incorporate it in my own place.
I love it. I love it. So pillows are fun. Pillows are art.
Mm.
Yes. Hey, Sissy, my sister Jocelyn's entering from New York, online. So pillows are fun.
Mhm,
Pillows have dimensions.
mhm,
Pillows have sizes. Pillows have texture.
mhm.
Pillows bring color.
Yes.
Layering pillows bring dimensions to spaces. So I have a few techniques that you can use to
Mhm,
introduce pillows into your home. And I think that people that are afraid to bring color into their homes, whether it's a wall that they want to bring or artwork, and they're more into the beige and more neutral tone homes,
mhm.
can add a pop of color. I call it a pop,
Okay.
using pillows, and I love that. And so I have my little presentation here. I just want to show you different types of pillows and how to layer them and how to make them a statement. I think the first thing is mixing them, learning how to mix them,
Okay.
and matching them, and the size makes a difference. So if you can share when you can, Chris,
Sure.
uh,
Let's get that up.
and layering them from bigger to smaller is also important in using pillows. So this first picture shows pillows with different art. I feel like pillows are art. They can be. You can buy
Mhm,
plain pillows, but I like pillows with dimension. So you'll
mhm,
see these four pillows here, and we'll go through the different sizing because I think sizing is really important. If you get pillows the same size and put them on a sofa, they actually block each other. So you
mm.
can't see the dimension and the artwork on the pillows. So you can hit the next slide.
Sure.
So there's different sizes. There's round pillows. You can hit the
Mhm,
next one. There are lumbar pillows. Lumbar is really the lower back. That's what
mhm.
the lumbar area is. So these lumbar pillows are more rectangular. They can go all the way up to 42 inches. I have a
Wow.
42-inch one.
Wow.
to make a statement on my sofa. So lumbar pillows are a different shape that you can have. Go ahead to the next slide. So here it shows different colors, different textures. There's one on the bottom left that looks like almost like a rug, a
Okay.
shag rug.
Yeah.
And anything and everything is possible. I like to mix different colors with different textures.
Hmm.
The first three on top are more colorful. The black and white one is more of a neutral color, so is the gray one. The brown one also, number 6 is a neutral color. And with neutrals, you can pair any color with a neutral. So this number 6 can go in front of a number 3.
Mm.
It's number 6 is a lumbar, it's a longer one. So you won't block the color of a number 3 pillow. I
I have a
love number,
question. I have a
yes,
question. You know I'm going to ask questions, right?
yes.
Now, right. You said number 4 is a neutral, but has this geometric design. Does that like take away or mess it up or anything like that?
No, actually. And most
Okay.
people are a little afraid to pair it with something colorful. But yes, it is possible. You can do number 4 with number 8.
Mm.
Right?
Wow.
And so you can really start to play with the different sizes. And some people like to put the same size, but I feel like it blocks it. And
Okay.
some, when you buy a sofa, sometimes they give you extra pillows, and the pillows match the sofa. And to me, that doesn't give it a piece of art or dimension. So let's go to the next slide. We'll give you some examples. So here's a
Okay.
sofa, and they paired it. I call it layering. And
Mm.
so if you see the blue pillow on the left side and
Yeah.
then the lumbar pillow in front of it, it gives it a layering. And they also have those round, God, there's a name for them, a round pillow on the edge
Look
that
like
came with the
cylinders. They're like
cylinder,
cylinders or
yeah,
something.
like a cylinder pillow there. And then they popped it also with yellow. And so so they have cool colors
Hmm.
and warm colors. A warm color is yellow, oranges, reds, all that. And then cool colors are blues, purples, uh, um, blue, purples, turquoise. Those are cooler colors. Think of it as the sun. Those are warm colors. And then cooler colors are like black, purple. I'm saying the colors as I look at the painting behind my, I
Okay.
see my own painting. It has cool colors and it has warm colors in it. So you can mix both of them.
Well,
Okay.
how do you know that you can ride with the purple, the turquoise, and the yellow on that blue sofa? How do you know that? Because I'm looking around the room and I'm like, okay, you got a pot, you got a little vase with some flowers there, but
Mhm.
in some gold and white, and looks like maybe a grayish tone of a cool gray or something on the rug, right? On
Right.
the floor with metal. I see metal in there and white. How do you know that you can mix those other 3 colors on that sofa and they're going to work?
Right. So it's all about balance.
Okay.
And so I wish I had my color wheel, but I should have brought that up. I'll bring it next time. So what's important here is that the space is neutralized. The
Okay.
white walls, the white curtain, the gray rug. That's
Okay.
all neutral. You have a cool color, you have a cool color sofa, which is blue.
All right.
And then with that, you can add other cool colors like purple, magenta, turquoise, or you could add warm colors.
Mm,
On a color wheel, they complement each other.
okay.
And that's why you can bring it in because you've neutralized the space. And
Okay.
then, and I always say, test it. I tell you, I
Test it.
buy a lot of pillows and I go, no, don't like it here. Let me move it here, right?
Okay. Okay.
Um, and I'll tell you how to buy pillows. I buy just the pillow cover.
Mm,
When you buy just the pillow cover, it's much cheaper than buying it with the insert. The
right.
insert is the actual fluffy pillow. And so I just buy my inserts from Amazon. You can get four 20 by 20 pillows for $23. But at a store, if you buy it, most of them are zipper where you can pull them out. I like to buy pillow covers,
Mm,
and then I can trade out my pillows and just ink up and put in the insert. So
wow. Okay, that is a great tip, right? So buy the pillow covers separate from the pillow insides.
they're
Got you.
called pillow inserts, and then you can just buy a set of two or a set of four on Amazon for I bought a set of four 20 by 20-inch pillows for $23.
That's a big
And
pillow.
if I would have purchased it from the manufacturer that's selling the pillow, it would have been much more expensive.
I bet. I bet I've
Unless
seen
you
those.
want feather down
Okay.
inserts, that doesn't matter to me for a decor pillow.
Okay.
Polyester's perfect.
Got you. And hypoallergenic, right? So if you have, you know, allergies, it's like it works too. Okay. And next.
Yep. So
Ooh.
these are pillows on, we're going to do a whole series on bedding.
Okay. Okay. I'm
Because
ready for that.
Chris, you and I had that conversation the other day.
Yes.
People walk into your room, they go, wow, how'd you get your bed that way?
Yep.
There's tricks and tips of how to make a beautiful bed without breaking the bank. This photo I got
Wait,
from
wait, wait.
IKEA.
Brothers, y'all listen to this. Right. We got to get the brothers in on this. Not just the ladies out here listening to this one. We have to have that magnificent bedroom too, right? There it
Yes,
is. There it is.
please, please. So this is from IKEA, and I
Okay.
think IKEA is a great source of pillow covers.
Mm,
They have a ton. I was
mm.
just there last weekend. And so this is called layering. I'm going to just briefly show you, and then I'll show you the science behind it. They have what they call Euro pillows. That's the beige one that you see in the back. Those are really pretty big. They're maybe 28 inches by 28 inches. Then in the front, they have the actual pillow case, if this is a king size,
Hmm.
with the um, with the pillowcase of the duvet cover. And
Okay.
then they popped a solid green in front of it.
All
But you'll
right.
see you go bigger, medium, small, extra small. So you're layering.
Mm-mm.
So visually, it's not pillow on top of pillow on top of pillow where you're blocking some of the design.
Now I'm not trying to promote IKEA, but 24.99 for a comforter set. You're talking about the comforter cover and the shams?
And most of their comforter covers are duvets. Now, a
Okay.
duvet is just the sheet, and then you put the comforter in it, and then you button it up.
Gotcha.
So they sell a ton of duvet covers. And yes, they have a lot that can pop a room, even if you throw it on the bottom of where the feet are. It can give a ton of color, but we'll do vetting another time because
Okay,
it's a
okay, I'm
super
ready.
exciting subject.
It is, it is.
You can slip. So here's the science.
All right.
So 20-inch, 22-inch,
Mhm.
and then a lumbar. So you can go as big as you want. I would not have a pillow personally that's taller than the back of my sofa.
Okay.
This is just an example. And a lot of people like to karate chop
Hmm.
the pillows. I'm not a fan. I want them to stand up like soldiers, like
Okay.
just taut. And if my insert, my actual pillow doesn't fill all the corners of, I'm a little anal, friends, doesn't fill all the corners of my pillow and it doesn't sit up like a soldier,
Yeah.
I buy pillow filling to put in there to make sure the corners sit. I know I'm
Okay.
extra. It's my
Okay.
life at Crate and Barrel. I used to develop Crate and Barrel products for 9 or 12 years. I've lost count. And so one of the design things were because when you walk into a store like that, it's a houseware and furniture store here in the US. When you walk into that store, it's aesthetically appealing and there's a science behind it.
Of
And
course.
so one of the sciences is that. So this is a neutral couch because it's a taupe,
Mm.
beige, off-white couch. Any color goes.
Any color goes. I love it. And I love Crate and Barrel as well. They're a
Yeah.
wonderful store. Yes, I'm so happy to know that I'm understanding how it goes together now. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
okay. Next.
Yep.
All right.
Here's another one, IKEA again. And I
IKEA.
wanted to get, because you don't have to spend a ton on your pillows. And I'll talk about another place that sells wonderful pillows. And so here they did the Euro in the back. And I think there's a sleeping pillow between two sleeping pillows. You
Mm,
can't have enough pillows in your bed.
okay.
And then they kept the color scheme and did a
Mhm.
circle
Yeah.
and a lumbar on the
Wow.
other one. So this adds dimension when you come into the room. I personally, I'm not going to talk about bedding. I'm a white sheet girl,
Okay.
neutral,
Hmm.
and then I can pop color.
Got you. Now, there's a pillow on that chair. Do you see it?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
So there, it's is that's like accenting the accent or something, isn't it? It's like,
yeah. But I also, in my opinion, that pillow's too big for that chair.
mm-hmm.
If it swallows the actual seating area, I think it's too big. It overwhelms the chair. The chair is super cute. It almost looks like an Art Deco
Yeah,
mid-century modern chair.
right.
That's a really big pillow. And that chair has its own art to it. I would have done a small lumbar and then kept the shape of the top of the chair.
Beautiful. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
And then here's a neutral one, but they added texture. So they took the Euro pillow, they took a second pillow, they took the sleeping pillow, and then they did a texture pillow here, and then a throw. So you can still be monochromatic and
Okay.
keep the same color scheme, but just add dimension with texture.
So texture is the key here. Then it's size and layering. I see, like you were saying, but then the
Mhm.
textures come in and they just like give it a pop. Is that
Yeah. And you
is
can keep the same color scheme. If you have
okay?
all blue, you can do blue. You can do one that's a shag, like the one we saw.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then you can even, if you want to be pillow heavy, you can add in between these two textured ones that are right in the front, you
yeah.
can add a nice lumbar or circle
Okay,
just to finish it up. And you want to um, give dimension in threes. Let me see if I can explain what I mean. To close this up, because it's very asymmetrical, there's one, two, three, four pillows on the right, four pillows on the left. And just to give it balance, you could put a one pillow right in the middle. So the power of three. You
got
can
you.
do three and fives when you're looking at things. It's aesthetically pleasing to the eye because it gives balance.
Understand that. Yes, nice, nice. Next.
Patio. So, if you have a small balcony or a patio or a backyard, pillows are beautiful out there. They bring the sunshine into your living space, whether it's a balcony. And my one advice when you do get patio pillows, make sure they're made out of sunbrella material. Sunbrella material is a material that's manufactured to avoid fading
Okay.
colors from the sunlight. They also can take rain and not be
Oh,
damaged, and all of that. They are more, they're not, they're fabric, but they're synthetic fabric.
okay.
So they're able to hold up more in the temperature of different things. So pillows can be brought to the outdoors. I don't care if you have a small balcony. I had a small balcony in my apartment here, and I had pillows out there. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So
All
you
right.
can also add it to your little outdoor area.
So I'm gonna say something really silly, I think
Yeah.
sometimes, right? Because um when I had a backyard or a patio area, and I didn't have sunbrella material, right? So everything, the dirt gets on them, you know what I mean? Everything gets on them. And then you look at it, and I don't know what world I was in that day, or maybe I didn't have my coffee, but I took the hose and just washed that off. It ruined the pillows, of course, but I was like, can you just do that with this umbrella? Can I just hose it down?
Yes, yes. So I have some umbrellas in my backyard here,
Okay.
and two of them sit in the sun, get the rain, they get everything. And yeah, so I just kind of take my power washer, or I can throw
Mm-hmm.
them in the laundry. Yeah, and they withstand it and they don't fade.
Now, see, that's important, right? Because it's like you don't have to keep covering it up or bringing it in the house or whatever you got to do. It's like the maintenance is low, right?
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. And then you're popping the color outside, and you can do a whole different concept outside than you have on the inside of the house. Or do you want to keep,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My backyard, my patio is all white, and I
Mhm.
have dark gray cushions that are all the patio furniture I got is from a US company called Lull, and it's recycled milk cartons. And they melt it, and it's all white, it's plastic, it's durable. And then I have dark gray cushions on it, and big huge white tables out there that are also made out of plastic, but they could be indoor if they want. And then I pop it. I just have black and white uh, pillows out there, but I could do any color. I can
Wow.
pop any color as long as it's sunbrella and it's going to withstand the temperature and the heat and the humidity of summer and the
So
rain.
I just want to put out something so people don't get all confused here. We're not sponsored by any of these companies. This show is not sponsored by anyone. This show is about just us coming on and talking about things that we're passionate about. So the manufacturers or the retailers, it's not because they're paying somebody on this show to say those
But I
words.
wish they would.
Yeah, right? Like pay us for sure, right? What it is that we recognize quality and value, and Danita is sharing that with everyone. That's it.
Yes, yes. And you don't have to break the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it, the end of the slideshow piece, so you can bring it back so I can see everybody.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, and so that's a really, really simple way to add color to your home.
Mhm.
And um, and also pillow groupings.
What's that mean?
Uh, Pillow groupings. Let me see. I'm going to move my computer since I don't have a visual of it, but grouping pillows like here.
Okay.
I don't have pillows all over my couch, but I just have them right here. I'll show you another grouping
That's
of
a hot
pillows.
pink couch you got
It
going on there.
is.
You're gonna have to tell us
So
about
these are
that.
my new IKEA. So this is a bed. It's
Ah,
gray, and and,
okay.
and I did groupings.
That's nice. I like that.
So I like groupings. So
Mhm.
larger pillow, medium pillow, a lumbar pillow, or a circle pillow, and you just group them in one area. They don't that you don't need pillows all across the sofa.
Got you.
Just give one statement of art, and that's enough.
Wow.
That's enough. One statement of art is enough. And so I think pillows are just easy,
Mhm.
breezy. I like a few manufacturers that do pillows. I don't work for any of them. They don't give me credit, but IKEA is one of them.
Mhm.
And those pillows you saw in the guest room, they were $4.99,
What?
$4.99 for the cover. I had the inserts.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't know what, and they have so many. They have a few lumbar too, but
Hmm.
most of their pillows are 20-inch by 20-inch, so a little bit bigger,
All
right?
right. All right.
And then that would be the biggest I would get,
Okay.
20 by 20. Then there's 18 by 18, 16 by 16, and then I would start to switch it up, round. lumbar,
Mm,
large lumbar, and
mm,
then from there you can add the pillow statement and the grouping
hmm.
to whatever piece of furniture you have.
So I think you're saying don't be afraid.
No,
Have fun with it.
yes.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Add them to your bed, add them to your sofa, add them to your favorite chair, but don't
Yes.
let it be so big that it overwhelms the chair.
Okay. Okay. Because we want to be able to sit in the chair and be comfortable
And
in the
not
chair.
remove it because it's annoying and or too massive, you know?
That's when you know it's too big, when you have to remove it.
And that it's just too big. It's just too you can see when it's too big.
Yeah, you can see when
It's
it's too big.
engulfing the piece of furniture.
It's engulfing the piece of
Um,
furniture. What if you can't, like, if you don't have that kind of, ability to know that it's too big? I mean, there's some things I just noticed in what you
sure.
said was if you have to remove the pillow from something, the chair, then that
It's
means it's probably
obstructing
too
the
big.
actual chair.
Yeah. So that might be a little sign that that
Yeah.
pillow is too big, right? Because I might look at it and go, "Oh, that looks good," and then, but when I go to sit in, it's like, "Oh, this is too big. I got to get this out of the way," right? And that means, okay, that pillow was too big. I need to look at a smaller size or something to
Yeah,
that
a
effect.
smaller size and lumbar really works good with armchairs.
Okay, that's important to
You can
know.
add the color, and then don't be afraid of texture.
Mm,
Corduroy, velvet, linen. It adds depth. You saw the little white one with the little pom-poms or the shag rug ones. That
mm,
also adds dimension.
mm,
So IKEA is a great source. Home Goods, if you're in the US,
mm,
um,
mm.
they have a ton of pillows and a lot of patio sunbrella pillows.
Okay.
Um, and mhm.
What about when the seasons are changing? Do you change your pillows in the house to go with that?
I'm laughing, Chris, because when I worked at Crate and Barrel developing product for them, every season changed. So I found myself changing my doormat, changing my pillows, changing my linens, like in with the seasons
Yeah.
of the change over at the store level.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't be doing this. So I got a discount. I'm like, this is gonna be, I got a lot of storage. And so the answer is no. You don't have to change.
Okay.
I mean, if you have palm trees,
Mhm,
pillows, you can change them if the pillow feels seasonal. Christmas pillows, I'm not
mhm.
gonna have out at summertime,
Right.
right? Or palm tree pillows I won't have
Okay.
at, a certain time of the year. So if they're seasonal pillows,
Okay.
Halloween, all the seasons, yes, I would put those away.
Okay.
It's a
Now,
great
this
question.
some people like, and I tend to like pillows of different cultures. To me, it's just like I just love it because I love cultures. I love the world cultures, and I'm particularly attracted to African cultures and some of the indigenous South American cultures as well. So, like, how do you bring those different, like,
Sure.
yeah,
So the indigenous, whether it's a pattern or a face, so
mhm,
Society Six, it's called Society and then the number six. They have different artists from around the world, which I absolutely love, from
okay,
all different cultures creating art.
hmm,
And Chris, I know you've heard this as a wonderful artist that you are,
thank
and
you.
they can put the art on a mug, on a shower
Right,
curtain, on a backpack, on a cell phone cover.
right,
And so in those instances, if you see something that you like, I would treat it as art and have its own, you can have pillows on the back of it, but let it make its statement without trying to cover it.
got it.
Those are safe too,
Okay,
so even if it's a face or a saying,
hmm,
I wouldn't block it. So let it be the statement that's the first pillow you see or the further, if your pillow stacking, as I call it, let it be the one to make the statement so you don't cover up its beauty.
Got you, got you. That's a good point. Let it make its statement because that's what you bought it for anyway, right? That's what
Yeah.
attracted your eye to it. So allow, I guess, allow that statement to be seen, right, in your home for you, and then maybe your visitors if you have any.
And everybody gets to see it. It's a bonus.
Yeah.
And I really think that art to me, Chris, is what you like. It's funny when we got on Zoom, I go, oh, geez, I match my sofa because I've been wearing bright colors my most of my life and noticing that it's now entered my home. At least I'm consistent.
Okay.
At least I'm consistent. And so I look at that and I always say, get what you like.
Mm,
Get what you like and then play with it and not be afraid of it. And you'll find a space for it.
that's a beautiful statement to make. Beautiful statement to make. And now I'm going to ask you, tell me about that pink sofa you got in that house of yours, because that's new.
Oh my God, right. So I got this pink sofa. Let me go sit on it so y'all can see it.
Yes.
It's a pink sofa, and I told you guys, oh, look at Serafina. Isn't she beautiful?
She's
Well, this is
beautiful.
Chris's art.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I
Her
see
name
the,
is Serafina. I love her name. And I already had picked out this pink couch, and I realized she had pink too in her face. Now, I
yes.
wasn't trying to do matchy matchy. And so in my last call, we talked about balancing color with neutrals.
Hmm.
And so here comes this big pink velvet couch, right?
Wow.
And so I go, I don't want a color room because I got Serafina, I got the couch, I got this little guy over here, and it would be too much. So I
Hmm.
had to neutralize the space.
Hmm.
So I neutralized it by adding black and white to the series. So if you could see, I took
Nice.
my black and white just to neutralize it. I initially brought stacking pillows that had color, but it was way too much. So I had to dumb down the
Hmm.
sofa with neutralization so there's balance in the house. And
This
so,
is
yeah,
opposite of what you were talking about the last time. Explain that because you were talking
yes.
about neutral this, neutral that, and then pop here, pop there. So come on, talk to
This
me.
is this is this is NBA move.
All right.
I don't want to teach NBA moves too quick because this
All
can
right.
shock somebody,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So I didn't want to teach NBA moves. So for starters, all your large pieces should be neutral, and then you can pop colors with pillows. This is an NBA move. I got nervous.
You got nervous.
I got nervous. How do I neutralize? Because I'm like, this pink might be too much. Like, so I'm in the season of neutralizing the space so that I don't have a full one room is full of color and the rest of the house is imbalanced. So, yeah, so I haven't named her yet,
Okay. You got a
but
namer?
she's super comfortable. Yeah, I got
Oh,
to name her.
got a namer. Now, let me say something. You have a pink sofa, but it is not overwhelming anything. It's working
It's
everything.
balance.
Yes.
Balance is key.
And you're saying the neutral parts are creating the balance? Is that
Yes.
wow? Whoa.
Because if I had a pink wall, a blue wall with a pink cap, now this room has hijacked the whole house.
Yeah.
And so you want balance. So that's why the neutrals, we talked about neutrals last time. Next time I'll do my color wheel. Neutrals are beiges, whites, blacks, taupe, that whole family that's calm. And
Hmm.
with neutrals, you can add any color to it. But
Okay.
if you add color big pieces, you have to neutralize it by adding beiges and blacks and whites to soften the blow.
Got you. Got you. So in essence, for folks out there that love color, you can bring that in. You just have to balance it.
It's all about a balancing. Yes,
Now, I
yes.
noticed in your kitchen, you have a runner rug. that is black and white. And because when we started up, I was like, oh, your sofa is tying your kitchen and your sofa, your living room area are being tied together. It looks like just from those pops of that black and white because of what you have on the sofa. Is that
Yeah.
about right? Am I
Yes,
thinking right
that
about
is
that?
right. And Chris, I feel like art is not just art on the wall.
Mm,
Art is your curtains,
mm-hmm,
your area rugs.
mm-hmm,
They can be.
mm-hmm.
Your shower curtains, your pillows. And so I added a dimension. I'll show everybody the rug, the runner that Chris is talking about. There she is.
Right. And
Just that
it just
it's neutral.
works. Yeah. It's like, hey, look, I'm part of this whole design concept going on in this house. That's what it, to me, your home is coordinating, it's balancing. How about this? It's harmonious. It's in
Yeah.
harmony. Yeah.
Yes. And I painted this house all white for a reason,
Mm,
to feature art and feature color and have the harmony and the balance that reflects not only the clothes I wear, because these are the colors I wear in the world, but also it shows my personality. And so that's super important to me. And I continue to sit and create and say, huh, what if I did this or what if I did that? Sometimes I go to Home Goods and I go, oh God, these two chairs are so adorable. They're turquoise, they got little white flowers on them. They're really cute. And Tommy, my boyfriend, says, where are those gonna go? I go, I don't know. And they ended it up in my master bedroom and the other room, and they work perfect. I just like them. I didn't know where I call it taking it for a ride. And what I mean by that is sometimes when I go through Home Goods and I got the shopping cart, I just take it for a ride. I put it in my cart because if you miss it, you miss it. And I take it for a ride and I might take it home, test it out. If it doesn't work, I'll bring it back. Or, I'll decide at the register, I'm not too sure about this, but I don't know. And then I
okay.
sit with it.
Okay. I like that. Take it for a ride. Even while you're riding around in the store with it in the cart, it's under consideration, right? You're
It's
thinking
under
about it.
consideration, and I'm going, huh, maybe it could fit here, maybe it could fit there. I wish I had more wall space for art. I don't,
Mm,
but we'll talk about another topic I want to talk about in our next series, or we're going to
next
do
show.
bedding next time, but
Yeah.
is bathrooms.
Oh,
Bathrooms should have a beautiful runner, artwork.
I love art in the bathroom.
Art in the bathroom is the best. And I feel like, all these DIY shows, HGTV, the kitchen and the bathroom are supposed to be this math. They don't have to be big.
Okay.
Your bathroom doesn't have to be big to splash some color or a little bit of art in there.
So those New York bathrooms, we can,
Yes.
you know,
You know what I do? New
what?
York bathrooms,
Yeah.
take the towel handle off the wall,
That towel rack, take it off.
a towel rack, slap a piece of beautiful art there, and
Mm,
then put hooks on the back of the door to
all
hang your
right.
towel. I'm about aesthetics. It can
And
look
you
beautiful.
and when you talk about hooks, like I like all kind of stuff. I go to Home Depot and do all kind of things, right? I like my tool belt and all that good stuff. And so I remember you can buy hooks, the single little hooks. They're decorative, like maybe in silver, black, or white, or whatever color you want, neutral colors, and you can screw them in different places. When you're now, if you don't want to use a towel rack, for example,
Yeah.
And so if I took, let's say I took the towel rack off the wall, I put up some artwork, right? And I'm like, oh, I want to be able to hang my towel, but I don't want to just have one hook in the middle center of the door. I want my hooks to even be artistically
Yeah.
applied to the back of that door. So I have different levels of hanging depending on what that towel or washcloth or whatever it is I'm hanging, right? It's
Make
like,
it art. Why not?
yeah,
I use the 3M
okay.
hooks. that you can peel off and they don't damage doors,
Oh,
but
that's
they
a good
hold up to
thing.
5 pounds.
Okay.
So I just use those to put
That's interesting.
my bathrobe, my towel, they
They
dry
actually
just as
work. I
well.
didn't know those things work. They really do work.
Yes,
Okay. And you don't have to worry about what the landlord's like. The landlord doesn't want you damaging the
exactly.
wall.
You don't take paint off the wall or
Okay.
anything like that. Yes. I wish they had those 3M hooks or some sort of hook in Airbnbs. Feel like
Mm,
they don't have enough. But
mm.
anyway,
Okay. There we go. So we're gonna wrap up in 2 minutes.
all right.
Anything you want to say that you haven't said? Any questions you see anywhere that? Let me see if there's anything in the chat. Let's see, because we got some guests. Listening from New York, Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn, how's it going? And then, wow, these are such great suggestions. Thank you so much for sharing. Jocelyn is online with us. She's out here, and we're reading some of the text, the chat. Anybody else in the chat want to put something in the chat for Danita?
Or have any
Or
questions?
have
Any
any?
questions? Any
Yeah.
questions? Oh, I know what I want to ask. I want to ask, what do you guys want to learn about color, bringing color into your home? Chris and I have some ideas
Mhm.
um, to get balance and harmony and bring the outdoors indoors so
Mhm.
your home is inviting. And we'll be doing a series on, so this was pillow talk. We're going to
Yes.
do bed talk.
Yes.
Betting talk. Yeah, we're going to do a lot of talks.
In the
So
bathroom.
I'll
Don't
be
forget the
on once a
bathroom.
month. Huh?
Don't forget the
Bathroom talk.
bathroom. Yes. Now let me say something. I when I lived in New York City, I was where was I? I was in the Bronx. Oh, I lived in Brooklyn and the Bronx. So let me
We'll be
just
down Bronx.
yes, I love both. And the New York bathroom, right? So I love poetry. I write poetry and I love art. And at that time, I wanted more art on my walls. And I said, well, Chris, then create it because you know how to do that and frame it and whatever you're going to do and put it up there. So I started framing my poetry and I went and got, big pieces of board or whatever. And I literally wrote my poetry out there. And sometimes I kept it small and just framed the paper, right? The white paper with the black ink. But I wrote it quite nicely. It was decorative in a sense, right? But I started framing poetry and I loved it on my walls because it was a statement for me, especially in my bathroom where I had my little square of poetry and near my mirror, so I could see that. And so everything and anything can be art is the point I think I'm making is that
Absolutely.
yeah.
And Chris, on my trip to IKEA the last weekend, they had beautiful frames, reasonably priced,
Mm,
bright red, bright blue. So you can
mm,
add color with your poetry in the same sense of it could just be writing or a quote.
or a quote. Yes.
You can also add color through the mat of the frame or the frame itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
And even your children's drawings,
The best.
they are some of the best, aren't they?
Best.
They're so free and when they
Yes.
create. And I think their artwork, they may not become, the Picasso. It doesn't matter. But I think children, when they create art, it's just so beautiful. Doesn't matter what it is because it's so pure. It's so pure coming out of them. That's just my thoughts of art
Yes.
with kids.
Yes. It's language through color.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we're wrapping up. We're at that time.
Yes.
I so enjoy when you're on the show, Danita. It's always a pleasure. You bring us grace, you bring us joy, and so
Amen.
much information. And you are always loved here. And you're going to be here for a series of art talk for the next, well, 5 months, because this was the first one of 6. And everybody, after we leave this month, we'll be announcing, but it should be like the third Thursday of the month. And I know our weeks sometimes get all kind of messed up depending on how many weeks you have in a month, but you'll get those announcements in advance. Stay tuned to Danita's Facebook page, her Instagram page, my Facebook page, Chris Tompkins 411. And we'll just look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you, Chris, for having me. It's always, always so much fun playing with you. I'm honored to be on the planet the same time as you.
Aloha, ciao. And then you know what I
Bye.
always say, let's elevate, y'all.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.